Problem number 5A on the practice test. The instructions say write the product or quotient of the rational expressions in the equivalent form as a single algebraic fraction. Then simplify the result as much as possible. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to simplify the result a little bit first so that I don't have to simplify later. If I do my simplification first, that makes the multiplication easier. So I'm going to factor each of my rational functions. I'm going to factor each numerator and each denominator. So I'll rewrite them as I factor them. And also I have to divide, so that's going to come into play in a little bit. The first one I'll take is the numerator of the first rational function, 3x squared plus 15. I'm going to rewrite that 15 as 3 times 5. And I notice I have an x. So I can take a 3x out. I can take the 3 out. I can take an x out. If I divide by one of these x's, I just have x instead of x squared. X divided by x is 1. So I have plus 5 times 1, or just plus 5. Now I'm going to factor my denominator. Once again, I have 3, so I can say this is 2 times 3. This is 5 times 3. So I can factor out a 3. This term has no x's, so I cannot factor out an x. I just have x, 2x, I'm sorry, 2x plus 5. Because if I take out my 3, I still have my 2x. Now I'm also going to change this to multiplication. We really don't know how to divide fractions except to multiply by the reciprocal. So I multiply, but I put the denominator in the numerator. So I'm going to factor this and put it in the numerator. I'll call this 2 times 6. So I can factor out a 6. I have 6 times 2x plus 1. I'll factor this one and put it in the denominator. I have my 2, but I have no 2 here. So the only thing in common is an x. So I have x times 2x plus 1. And you can start to see I can cancel a few things. 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 1. Those are both factors because they're multiplied by a 6 and multiplied by the x. So I just say 2x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times x is x. That x can also be canceled with this x up here, which is going to leave me 1 down here. And it's tempting to cancel the x plus 5 and the x plus 5. Some people would cancel these x's and these 5's, but that's not correct. We can only cancel factors. Factors are things that are multiplied. This 5 is added to this x, this 5 is added to this x. This x plus 5 is multiplied by the 3, but this x plus 5 is not even, I have x plus 5 here, but it's not multiplied by the 2. Only the x is multiplied by the 2. So this factor is different than this factor. I can, however, cancel my 3's. Now, I just multiply what's left. I take my 6 and I multiply it by x plus 5. 6 times x is x. 6 times 5 is 30. And I take my 1, I multiply it by 2x plus 5. And that's my answer.